Welcome TV Studio. I'm Tim, this is Grant. As soon as we get started, I just want to say, get comfortable. This is a really fun class. You should get to know everybody here in the class. Filmmaking is a team sport, team effort. It takes just more than one person to make something excellent. So we need to rely on each other. I always say that it's better to make friends than enemies in filmmaking. They could be your enemies outside of class, when I was a student here at GAF and, young and dumb and everything, and I was like, oh, I hate this person. Well, guess what? Then you get on set and you need that hey, who's the best cinematographer? Who's this? It doesn't benefit you to make enemies inside of class, but outside of class you burn it all down.
A weird way to begin the class, talking about friends and enemies. First of all, welcome to
I didn't know we started yet. This was just
film production. There are two things we need to talk about. First, that there are 3 classes taught together. There's FTVE 6, audio production. Some of you will be in that class. There is FTVE 25, motion picture production, and FTVE 26, which is a cinematography. They all meet together because we're going to need, while we're on set, people recording audio, some people working with the camera and lighting, and then there'll be people who will be doing the production, the directors and grip and AD and all of that. So we work together to make movies.
Friends, not enemies, right? It all relates. See, it makes sense.
Tie in. The other thing that is different about what Tim and I do is that we teach a lot of our classes in dual modality. So those of you who are here, we love that you're here, but there are some people who are online and some people who are on the Zoom now, or not on the Zoom, but they are taking it online where we're going to record it and upload it so that they can see what we're doing. The other thing that's different than what we've done, if you've taken our class in the fall, in the spring, we have our lectures on Thursdays so that we have Fridays wide open for filming. And if you look online, the schedule for the class, come on in.
No, you're not late.
No worries.
Well,
we have what we're doing for our lectures. For example, in 1 week, we're going to talk about all the jobs on set. And then the following week, I think it's
camera, lights.
Yeah, I think it is lighting basics. So every week we're going to have some major things that we're going to cover on Thursdays, but Fridays, every single Friday this semester, we are going to film. There's one exception, not next Friday, but the Friday after is a holiday. And so we're filming off campus, but we're filming in a location where there's very tight quarters. It's a boxing rink. And so it's kind of invitation only, but it's a holiday. But every other Friday we're filming. So a lot of what we're going to do in today's class is we're going to talk about the projects. We have a few dates locked in and the directors for those projects, but a lot of things are open. So if you want to direct, there's still openings so you can direct. So we'll have pitch sessions and then figure out who's going to write screenplays and who's going to direct. And then once you direct, then you get to pick your crew, and then we have to talk about casting and all of that. So a lot to do today. Our first class is just talking about the class and then doing our pitch session. So,
what's a pitch, Grant?
So Tim and I are your producers. You have to convince us and then the class as a whole that we want to do your project. So make us excited about it. I want to do a horror film. Oh, okay, that's not enough. I mean,
yeah, is it a body horror? Is it a classic monster? Is it a slasher? Is it a whodunit? We need to know what you want to do as your movie. With this class, we have a lot of, how many dates do we have open left, Grant?
Count right now.
Our schedule will be filled with these successful pitches. The best pitches are, tell me what it is, why it would be fun, and hey, do I have a script, or am I currently writing it. Everybody has the opportunity to pitch an idea. You don't have to pitch an idea if you don't want to. But what does pitching an idea do? If you pitch the idea, your idea gets approved, you are the de facto director. So you get to, it's an opportunity to be the director for a script. But Grant and Tim, I have an idea, but I don't want to direct.
Okay, by the way, John last semester had a great idea for a film. He said he wanted to write the screenplay, but he said, I don't really want to direct. So we found a director for his film. So someone who wanted to direct but didn't have a screenplay, we paired them up. So that can happen. But quite often, if you are writing a screenplay, you're writing so you can direct it. But it doesn't have to be the case. Also, I love to write. So any opportunity, if you want me to help you with your screenplay or write one for you and then you give me notes and I tweak it, I'm happy to do that. And I know we have some really good writers in our program and we're teaching screenwriting this semester. So others in here might also want to write. So
a successful pitch is actually going to be as much detailed as possible if you don't have a script. So this is one thing people don't like to do. They don't want to tell us the ending because they don't want to spoil it. Well, guess what? We're going to make the movie, so we're all going to know the spoilers. We're not the audience, we're the filmmakers. So please go ahead and say, and actually, he was the mother the whole time, or whatever the spoiler in your film is going to be. Tell us. That might even be the reason why we want to make it, is like, oh, and there's a twist at the end. Geronimo is the killer.
So we have 7 open slots. Well, let me just tell you the films that we know we're going to do. 1 or 2 of them are tentative. I wrote a screenplay after Happily Ever After, and it's on our docket for week 4. If someone reads a screenplay and says, I really want to direct it, I'm willing to pass it off to someone. If not, I'll direct it myself. Or if we get so many projects and we need to scratch mine, that can happen. But tomorrow is a Friday, so tomorrow we're filming. Marty is directing a promo for the showcase. And if you don't know about the showcase, it's what we do to screen all of our favorite films of the year. We'll play on Saturday, April 25th. I think we're going to start at 6 p.m. And it's a very big deal. There's the Gavi Awards and all of that. But at the beginning of the showcase, there's going to be a promo. And if you haven't seen Devil's Game, it is Squid Game in hell is kind of the way I see it. There is a devil character played by Willow. And we're going to bring Willow in and put them in the devil attire, and we're going to shoot a promo. So that's what we're doing tomorrow. One last time. We're going to use, if I remember correctly, we're going to have the big doorway dolly, and we're going to use a jib, and we're going to go all crazy with the lighting. So you'll get to see how a lot of this stuff is done. And that's going to be the first thing we do. We'll do it here in the studio. Then
what's the call time?
11. 11 is our default call time in the spring semester. Yeah, it's 10 in the fall, but in the spring it's 11. But we can start earlier or later depending on things. Friday's going to have to be flexible for you if you want to come to shoots. Sometimes we will start at 9 because we need or 8 because we need the early sunrise, or maybe we don't shoot all day and then we meet someplace at night because it's a horror film and we want a night shoot. So and we will shoot in different locations. Oftentimes we'll be in here, we'll use these 3 walls, but sometimes we shoot at my house. We just shot at a cemetery a couple days ago. We might shoot in a coffee shop or, anywhere. Yeah.
And that's a great point to just know that with this class, the lectures are going to be at the exact same time, but our shoots are all dependent on what we're filming. Film sets, especially how ambitious our films are, could be 8, 10, 12-hour things. What's the longest you've been on set, Grant?
Days.
A day, a single day.
Devil's Game, it's probably about 10, full days and then a bunch of partials.
But how long was your longest day?
15 hours.
15 hours?
No, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a couple of years
Well,
ago.
Sophie's film, Southern Bliss,
Yeah.
that was an 18-hour day.
Yeah.
I remember
Okay.
I had to buy 3 meals.
We're not trying to do 18-hour days
No.
is our point, but just know that if you have to leave, that's fine. If you have a major role like a director or an actor, you're probably going to be there the whole time if your character's in every shot. So keep that in mind when you volunteer, that your availability for that day, because we're going to count on you if you have a major role or if you're an actor in the piece. I would also say that if you're first time pitching, you've never pitched something before, a great way to get something approved is it's fun to go off site and go away from the campus, but it's way more manageable to shoot something here. And know that our campus, we're fortunate to film at the Gavilan campus because there's a lot of things that can look like a lot of other things.
Yeah,
we have
there's the pond.
Yeah, the pond. We have the nursing center that could be a hospital or a morgue, or the music center. We did a fake TV show, right?
Yeah.
Like lecture halls.
Classrooms,
Next week
library.
we'll be at the pool,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
chapel.
Yeah.
We can't go inside, but
Can't
we
go
can
inside,
do
but
the
we use it as
exteriors.
a- yeah.
Lots of beautiful. So think about if that. Hey, my pitch takes place in ancient Greece in the Colosseum. That's gonna be harder for us to manage and make it look effective. We could definitely try to do that, but where are you gonna film that? Or number one thing is I want to film at a bar. Okay, do you know someone who has a bar that'll let us film during the hours that we need to film? When are bars open? Well, we need to film the opposite. So we can control the sound and image. All of that stuff is you need to take in consideration. It's not that we can't do it. We for sure love ambitious films. It's just, what's the trade-off?
So I'm just going to quickly go through the ones that we have. Next week, Baron is directing Do. Do was written by Tim. Do is one of, we decided that we were going to do a collection of short films that have to do with dreams. And so we shot, I think, 3 or 4 last semester.
We did 3 last semester, right?
We did yours, John. We did, I don't know whether the one, the fight scene between
I don't think that one is a dream one.
Yeah, so it was supposed to be, and I think it became
Gotcha.
kind of a standalone film.
Yeah, so we did the love one.
Yeah,
The honey.
Honey, yeah. And then I think we only shot 2.
Sleep paralysis.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, the paralysis. Yeah. Those were the 2? Are those the only sleeping one?
Sleep paralysis. Which one was? Oh, that's yours though. Yeah. So.
Didn't you write one though? Was it the fight scene that was supposed to be?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
but I wrote about 5 of them, and
Okay. So we'll have 3.
we'll 3 or we could do. So if you want to pitch a dream sequence, it can fit into this collective. It'll be a standalone film, but it will. We have your lead actor. It's David Yepes, who is the one who falls asleep and then dreams stuff. So, and then let's see. That is due is next week. Over the holiday weekend, that's we're shooting David Yepes's boxing film, and you need to get permission or an invitation for him to film on that Friday. But we are filming on the Saturday, February 14th, here in the TV studio. If you want to come, happily ever after the screenplay that I wrote is going to be shot on the 20th. If someone wants to direct it, they can. If not, I will. And then Phil's B2B is scheduled to be what we film on February 27th. And then we have right now tentatively our 4-hour film project, which is scheduled for April 24th. And co-directors, Angel is the project that's in the works for May 8th. We have a lot of open dates, March 6th, 13th, 20th, 27th, April 3rd, We can shoot over spring break if we have enough directors who want to direct and we need time. April 17th, May 1st, and May 15th are all dates that we don't have projects, and otherwise we're going to use all my screenplays unless you guys pitch and want to direct. So I don't want the first, I want your ideas, your film. So any comments and questions before we start pitching?
I would really love April 3rd.
You have to pitch first. I don't even know what your idea is yet.
Okay. All right.
So how about Amanda, you go first when we pitch.
Sounds good.
Okay. Any other questions before we start, or questions about the class? Yeah, Baron.
Are we pitching again?
Any film idea that you want. So
Wait. When are we pitching again?
We're going to start today.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you have an idea, you can
And
absolutely.
it doesn't need to be, you might have just hearing this for the first time and wanted to marinate a bit. We can pitch again next Thursday before we start our lesson, especially if we have openings. But also, I'm open to filming something during spring break. So if there are people who are, there's some semesters where there's so much competition that we need to struggle to make sure everyone gets an opportunity. And other semesters where we have just the right, we've never had open spots, but we just don't know how many people want to write, direct, be involved, so. Yes?
So I'm mostly an actor. I came here from the theater department actually, and I know I saw the discussion board of applying for acting roles, but what kind of headshots like do you want? Do you have any guidelines?
You see the headshots in the lobby right there?
Okay.
If you have a headshot, if not, we'll shoot it for you.
I do not right now have a casual headshot. I mostly have stuff from my events.
Great.
Yeah, so the thing is we want our directors to know who's available and, willing and eager to act. So we want to be able to put your headshot up so that they know that you're available.
And that's to everybody in here. If you want to be considered an actor and you want your headshot, we put all students, these are all last semester students, and until someone tells us to take them down, we're just going to leave them up and assume they want to be in it. But also, in the filmmaking class, if you see someone and say, hey, will you be an actor? Don't assume that they'll say yes, but you can ask anybody, including Grant or I. Geronimo has never acted for us, though, so. Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, we've seen you act.
Yeah, okay, well, just one time, I guess.
He played himself, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh, that's
And he was
right. You're
terrible
good.
at it.
You had the mustache, that's right.
I was so dedicated, I grew a mustache for a
Yeah.
while.
I know,
That's
yeah,
right.
that's true.
That's right.
We
That's
should
right.
cast you more often.
But does that answer your question? And if you want us to make the headshot, we'll bring in the camera and shoot you right here and.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, let me know when you can do that. That would probably be
Yeah.
the option.
Yeah, if you just tell us, we'll have a camera and we'll.
Yeah, we
we'll
just need
prep
to
it.
know before, like a day before, like we could bring it tomorrow or next week.
Okay,
Right,
good.
we'll bring the camera.
By the way, we do have some brilliant actors in here. I mean, there were several people in our acting class who have had a semester of training, have had a lot of experience, and I now envision some of them in my films. I wrote something specifically with Bree in mind. I wrote something specifically with Jared in mind. I wrote something specifically, yes.
Is this a fucking white boy point at myself?
Well, if I'm looking at you, so
Maston.
so we have some great actors, but I don't know if you want to continue to act, and then we might have others who weren't in that class where we were forcing them to be in things. Barron was in a film, wasn't last semester, it was the semester before, and I thought that you were amazing in it. Tim hasn't edited it completely yet, but
Which one is that?
the baby one.
Oh, yeah.
So. Yeah.
Congratulations!
Yeah, but not when you find out about the actual baby.
Take it back. Curse
so,
on your name, curse.
Anyways, if you want to act, let us know, and maybe more importantly, let the directors know. You can approach them, and it's not just for acting. If you want to learn the red and you want to become a cinematographer, or you want to do lighting and be a gaffer on a project, or you want to mix or whatever, go to the directors. You're going to know who they all are within a short period of time, and say, hey, I want to be on the camera crew. I want to learn the red, or I really want to light that project. So can I be your gaffer, or can I be a key grip? Or we need ADs. We're not going to force Marty to do half of the projects. We've never had a better AD in our program than Marty, but Marty can't be the only one who does it, and is very good and can train you. We've had some great cinematographers, Jason and Daniel, and Santi's not here, and others. Yes?
Just letting you guys know, if you ever need a makeup artist, I do that too.
Great. We definitely need that. In fact, you might come and be part of, who do you have doing Willow tomorrow?
I was gonna do the brunt of it.
I can help.
Yes, please. Andrew, are you gonna be here tomorrow?
Yeah.
I'm just barely asking you right now. He would like to.
Wait, so you will watch what's happening?
Willow Estelle.
Oh.
You've done it before too, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a 3-person job, so perfect.
Yeah, just let me know when you need me to be here.
At the start of class.
11 tomorrow.
So we're gonna set up lighting and everything while Willow's in.
I'll talk to you. We
Okay.
probably wanna show up earlier because it does take a while.
Yeah, we can. I can get here whenever you want.
Yeah.
I would love to help loading, since I'm bringing the big. We are still doing the doorway dolly and the jib.
It's one shot. Does that work? Like, it's like a high up, then close in.
We can do that with just the jib if you want to swing in.
That's easy.
Jib's better, yeah.
So no doorway dolly. Okay. So let's talk about the equipment list before you guys leave. Okay, any other comments, questions for Tim or me before we start talking about projects? Anybody at home, questions, comments? All right, let's do our pitch session. Grab a piece of candy or something, and then let's get in a circle, and we're going to talk about our projects. Yeah, there's popcorn up there.
Do a circle and talk about feelings.
If we connect to this, Grant, then the people can pitch up there.
As an out. This is coming in from the camera.
Here, look, I will connect to the camera.
Oh,
on
okay,
mine.
yeah, okay.
Give us a second. We're gonna set up.
This is the grant chair.
What's the grand share? Okay.
Now, I'd like to talk to Elle, but she's not here, so. I don't know her at all, so I don't want to. Anyway, so please, Ron, what do you have on the contest? Give her the name. And we'll let's. I also like your name, so if you want to use your real name, either way is fine.
Sorry.
I've already been a baby and I didn't like
Grant's
that
gonna be
part.
like the baby Spencer from like iCarly, where it's like just the head poking out and like a doll body underneath.
Are you good at accents? That's okay.
I just do my regular.
When I first thought of that,
It's like a 2-year-old. I give it to read.
I don't think you want me to try that.
Oh, okay. That was my original thought.
Like the entire time he's just quietly sucking on a pacifier. It's such a funny bit.
Yes, mine's very much.
Okay.
Also, I thought Dew was called Yellow. Changed it last second.
I wrote it, and then the name didn't work.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah, honey.
Do you need an HDMI?
I can. Yeah, I can go into the library, take a left. I've never done this before.
So, we're gonna need to mute something.
Yours probably.
Okay, let's start our pitching.
Turn yours off, your camera. Tim. There you go.
Wait, I think leave yours on. Audio? Yeah, I've muted my laptop.
You want this audio. So
We want that,
Yeah.
so leave yours on there. And then Amanda,
One over the other, yeah.
testing. Yeah.
okay. The problem is I'm feeding this, I want to hear Amanda, but I'm hearing this microphone. Look, see, there's an echo.
Okay, so turn off your speaker. Turn your speakers off.
Yeah, it's like.
Mandy, can you test your mic, please?
Hey guys,
that one should be
can
good.
hear me? I don't know if you can hear me. Like seconds.
Hold on 1 second. So mute this. Mandy, we're ready for your pitch.
Okay. Hi guys. I just came up with it this week. It's basically a 4.5 minute absurd romantic political nightmare that's set at the TV studio where it's basically a late night TV show gone wrong. And I'm thinking it could tie into the dream sequence where we could have David as the host. And in his nightmare, he's going to wake up and realize that he is stuck working with his ex-wife as a producer. And he has a rock star as a guest, and they're doing political jokes back and forth. The studio goes to a little bit of chaos. We also have a younger PA that's trying to get with the producer, and that falls apart. And then at the end, he's gonna realize that, oh shit, maybe I've done something wrong. And then I think maybe a mic falls on his head and he wakes up, and then he's like, oh, I'm actually alive on the air. So we wouldn't have to go anywhere. We wouldn't have to cast too hard. I do have a bunch of musicians that are willing to come in and do the musician role for us. It's fun, it's absurd, and I don't know. I would like to play one of the roles in there, so I'd be hoping to find a co-director for this. And considering I'm also full-time at De Anza, I was hoping to get toward April 3rd, because that is after my final exams at De Anza, so I can focus on this full-time. Sorry, I'm a little sick right now. Any questions?
Wait, don't.
Oh, I can't hear you.
You can speak through mine now.
So Mandy, you can't, well, here, I'll come around. Love the concept. Your acting and directing scares me a bit. But if you can find a director, I'm all for it. Are you okay with that?
Co-director, yeah.
Yeah, a co-director.
Sorry,
So if you find that, and now here's the next thing is, you gotta get your screenplay in as fast as you can. Because what we've had the last couple of semesters are people pitch something that people like, but then they lag on their screenplays. And last semester we dropped, 3 or 4 projects and had to, that was why we did the 4-hour film project, because
So this semester, what we're gonna do is if you get an accepted pitch and you need to have it written within a month of today, because we're scheduled up until the month. So
I would think even faster.
well, Grant wants it faster.
Almost first come, first serve.
Yeah, so we'll tentatively give you that date, but if we don't get a screenplay by the time we ask for it, we'll have to give up your spot, if that makes sense.
I understand. I have it fully written out, but I just added that dream part literally just like 20 minutes ago, so it wouldn't take too long. I could probably do it in the next week. You got to get it formatted. I've been sick.
Yeah, that sounds great to me, and I love you having that April 3rd. Is that what it was? April 3rd?
Yeah, April 3rd.
I'll tentatively write you in for that.
What's the title?
Yeah, that's good. I need a working title. Whether it's
It's called Live on Channel Whatever.
Okay, I like the title a lot. Okay, I'm gonna write you down.
I think my one advice would be if it's gonna be a short, try not to be super ambitious with all of the things that are happening, right? Like how can you efficiently tell all the stories that you said within 4 minutes, right? So that's 4 pages. So I'm interested to see your script, and we absolutely will note it as well.
Okay, all right.
Any other thoughts or questions from the class?
Sounds cool.
Sounds cool.
Sounds cool.
Yeah.
Does anybody want to co-direct?
So what's nice about co-directing is Mandy's experienced. Mandy directed last semester and then has done some previous films at De Anza. So would probably have the shot list planned out, and so it would not be as big of a commitment. So if this project speaks to you, think about it, and then you might approach Mandy or let Tim or me know, and we can ask her. So,
We'll find someone.
yeah.
All right, cool.
Okay, who wants to pitch next? Okay,
So,
do we need to mute that so that we can?
Well, we can just pull in from this. Yeah, we can do that. And then
Move it all the way. Enhance.
Okay, great. Hold on. Just use this audio from here. I think that's gonna work.
Speak loudly.
Why don't you just plug the camera into your laptop?
Because I don't have that cable, right?
Isn't the Zoom already going there?
That's what I'm saying, just plug in, yeah, just do that, plug that into yours.
Thanks, Geronimo.
You got a little, yeah, there. That happens when you become a full-time instructor.
All right, now talk, echo, no? All right.
So I had this idea a little while ago. It's the 72-hour film competition, but it proved a little logistically difficult. But the idea is, so a man walks into, I think, a coffee shop, and so he sits next to a woman, and at the end of the day, she dies, right? And then it's looped right back to when he meets her, time loop. So he keeps trying to save her, but in the end, he finds out that the only way to to stop the time loop is to stop saving her, and that she knew the entire time that she was in a time loop.
Okay, how does she die?
So I was thinking she gets hit by a car.
So we're gonna, and it's same car over and over again, or could it be just the same type of death? Hit by car?
Yeah, because if he affects it, she still just hits by a car no matter what.
Yeah, I was thinking.
So
that.
even if I'm never gonna leave, how do you get hit by a car inside the house?
That's a good question. Maybe she dies other ways, no matter what.
I've never seen the time travel.
Like a toy car.
But it's a time loop movie, and the only way for the protagonist to get out of it is to let the woman die. It's like said. Right?
But she dies every time though, right?
Yeah. Well, she dies, but he saves her, and as he saved her, so he'll push her out of the car, and then he ends up way of the car.
Oh, she doesn't? Okay, so he saves her every time.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I like that. I think this is really cool. Why a coffee shop?
Because, so the reason I came up with that was that one, it's a way for them to meet as strangers, and for him to approach her. I was thinking that he pays for her drink.
So why not a student cafeteria?
It could be a student cafeteria. That's
We can make the cafeteria look a bit like a coffee shop, but we used to shoot a lot in First Street Coffee, which is now out of business. Beautiful place, but we had to loop and ADR everything because we're fully.
I forgot to tell you this, Grant. I have a contact downtown. Savvy Sweet Shop said they're willing they're willing to let us film there when they're not open and everything. They're a former student of ours. So if you know what Savvy's looks like, it's a malt shop basically with a bar and stuff. That could be a great location.
When do they not open?
I have to find out. No, but Saturdays they're not open, but I think they don't open till the afternoon on Fridays. So that could be something that we start early. But yeah.
Have you been there?
I have not.
Go look so that you have that in mind when you write it.
What's the name?
Savvy Sweet Shop. Started off from Monterey. If you go, you know where Neon Exchange is? Or
transit centers?
Yeah. Okay, so the transit center, it's like across and then to the right. And it's, you know, the big grass area and they have like the mural on the wall. And it's got people dancing and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Monterey 7?
Yeah, something like that.
7?
So, yeah. Check that out.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
What's it called?
That's a good question. I haven't thought about a title.
You gotta give me a working title so I can put you on the list. Time Loop. I like it. Everyone else like Jeremiah's idea? Or?
Hey, a couple.
Seen Time Travelers, Mike?
I have not.
You should watch it. Have you seen Back to the Future?
This guy loves time travel.
Have you seen Groundhog Day? Yeah.
Have you seen Happy Death Day?
How about Palm Springs?
I've watched a lot of
Groundhog Day. You seen any of the cities?
Yeah!
Hey,
That's fucked up, man. That's Tony, man.
Yeah!
all right. So, who's pitching next?
Daniel.
You gotta know, universal thinker.
Hey, when we started for like 3 friends, like having lunch, like thought about like some sort of party spot, but honestly, that could change. Coffee shop, or just some place. To set up the joke, one of the friends kind of they get their all right. The whole table gets their food. One of the friends wants to take a picture of just the table, right? And I guess the friend sitting across from them, being super short, camera shy, they're like, oh, what? Don't get me in it, kind of thing. And they make a big fuss about it. Time goes by. They leave the sort of restaurant. They see a picture of that same guy, like with, I guess, like the owner of it, like framed. Either like a framed photo or like a flyer. And the friend that wanted to take a picture kind of sees it on the way out and asks, "Hey, is this you?" Friend comes back into the restaurant. He's like, "No, it's not. That's not me. That person's wearing glasses. I have my contacts in." And they just think like, "How is that not you?" Kind of, and dude, it's not me. They leave the restaurant. We go kind of forget about it. We get in the car. The 3 friends driving to. Yeah, some in the hall. Yeah, driving home. And I guess one of the friends sees a billboard of that friend that swears is not on the photo of the restaurant, advertising, like, let's say, like some sort of insurance. And asks the same question: "Is that you?" Like on the billboard, who the hell is that up there, right? And clearly see that like, it's the friend that's driving to my house. And like, no. Dude, that looks nothing like me. Which exactly like him. And both friends like, I don't know how that's not. I don't know how that's not. Clearly you. That's clearly you. No. That's not. We go to the house. They're watching TV. Right. Right. But friends ask 2 other friends, "Hey, let me get you something to drink, right? Like a soda, water." They ask, he goes to the garage, just outside of the room. Commercial comes on for something, and it's that same friend in the commercial, and they just think like, okay, I'm super done with this. How is this guy's everything. Comes back to the room. Commercial goes off, like it probably goes to the whatever they're watching. It's like a game or a movie. They explain, "Yo, I just seen you in this commercial." Like, dude, no way, that's not, what are you talking about? No way. They try to describe the commercial. Why would I be in a commercial? Time goes by. They're watching a movie. The friend was like, "Oh, hold on, I'll leave the restroom quick." Leaves the room, goes around the corner. Appears in the movie, like in full costume, whatever movie it is. Just, and it has a line in it. And they're like, "How's that?" You know? That's a black shirt. That's it? Yes.
it sounds like 2 acts, but 3 acts piece. I don't feel like there's closure. So I love it a lot, but I think we gotta have something, there's gotta be some resolution. I don't know what that would be.
I think, to me, I think that ending is funny, but first of all, it's 4. There's the rule of threes, right? I think there's 4, which makes it like the 4th should be like knock it out. So if it's not like if it's not him like in the movie, couldn't they be watching like a documentary or like a news program, and it even fonts his character's name, and he's like, hey, my name is George, whatever his character's name is, and yes, this is me, and then it cuts to him sitting next to him being like, no, that's not me. Right? Like, it's so obviously, like, it says his name, it says his font.
It's he's like sitting in the same pose.
Yeah. I don't know. I think like the 3 makes sense, but yeah, the pay. I think figuring out the payoff so it's a punch at the end makes it fun.
So we were coming out of Applebee's. This was a string of jokes that we made
Sure.
that inspired this idea.
Yeah.
And I think we did talk about a payoff to where they are actually constant. The punchline is that they are being watched the whole time. And do you remember talking about that, where the friend is like, he steps away so he can go to a gig or something? It's just like he takes a photo and then like, or I don't remember exactly what we're saying, but basically the cameras are always watching the group of friends or something like that.
See, what I would think a funny ending could also be is like one of the other friends puts on the mask and then it's a Daniel mask. I assume you're the main character. Sorry, but it's if Daniel's the main character. The other friend puts on the mask and you cut so Daniel is wearing the other character's clothes, and then Daniel walks in and he sees, and they look at each other and he's like, see, it wasn't me.
The cast has been decided, they've already agreed,
Yes, it's me, Tony Silas. Fucking knew it.
Fucking that's perfect, man.
I saw it. So I like it. I think figure the ending.
What if
Yeah, the ending
what
has
if
to be
somehow you could integrate like the ending, like you break the 4th wall, and then we're watching him again in another wall.
Daniel's watching the movie about Daniel.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what?
wait, that's not bad.
So-
You zoom out and you're watching a movie by yourself.
and he's just like, this sucks. That's like where it ends. That's where it ends. This sucks.
So, in this pitch, you're pitching, and yet you are in the film. Who do you imagine directing this film?
Co-direct.
Okay.
Working title is,
It's not me.
it's not me. Is that you? It's not me.
It is a working title. I thought of.
Oh, it'll change. It's the working title. You can tell me even if the working title changes. Good. All right. Who else wants to pitch?
Okay, thank God.
I'll throw something in there. Lesbian vampires?
Yo.
It's been sitting in the back of my head for a while, but I didn't prepare an actual pitch. I shouldn't tell you that before I start talking. I had an idea of a new vampire and a very ancient vampire, one that's very experienced. New vampire, very reluctant to be a vampire, isn't eating, doesn't want to eat. I imagine like an inner scene of like a family, and they're just like living in the middle of like a regular life, like a regular college student life. Can't eat. And then there's no like introduction to them becoming a vampire, no kind of turning. It kind of just starts when I imagine it as them not being able to eat, and you figure out through the introduction of established vampire, that's what they're going through, is that they're a vampire. And ultimately it's about them killing their first guy and eating them. And eating them, yeah.
Eating or sucking blood dry.
Could be straight up eating or sucking blood. I think the main conflict that the new vampire has is they don't want to slay anybody, but they have to. And the person who understands them is the other vampire. And I want a reason to cast some women, some actresses in something. And when I say lesbian vampires, I don't think they have to like hug and kiss or something like that, but like you watch it and there's at least enough undertones where you kind of come out watching it like, who are they? It kind of seems like they are. Yeah.
It's like most vampires.
Yeah, like all the vampires are gay. Yeah.
Yes.
Every piece of fiction, they're all.
I want in on this project.
So is this something that you want to direct, act, just write? What is it that you?
Would it be too much if I asked to write it and direct it?
No, most people, I would say the majority of people who write direct what they write.
Okay.
So.
I could write something.
So this is going to be one of those first come first serve things. We need them pretty quickly so we can lock your space in.
I'm ready to make stuff. So.
But yeah, but I like the idea.
Write it as soon as possible, you get a locked in spot. So that's what we're telling everybody here. Let's see the scripts.
Yeah.
Okay.
People want to act, so that's good. Who else is pitching? Yes.
So this is an idea I'm going to do this whole thing, but say you've had for a while, and it's sort of a modern gothic horror / romance. It also involves lesbians, actually.
Yes, let's go.
Basically, it's this husband and wife who are in this unhappy marriage, and it's maybe not exactly clear why they're unhappy, but there is a possibility that the girl just does not like guys. But basically, until the woman starts seeing this ghost and starts falling in love with her, and this grows the tension between her and her husband up until it has a sad ending. Basically, the ghost ends up leading her to her death. But it leaves us open with the two questions of, one, was the ghost ever real or was she just going crazy? And two, who is the real villain in the end, the ghost or the husband?
So
Yes.
you said gothic. Is this a period piece or is this stylistic?
It's stylistic. It's a modern version, kind of going off of some of those older works.
Modern, so yeah, they're not Victorian dress.
Yeah, but it's kind of inspired by like some of the writing stories by like Edgar Allan Poe and like old Victorian literature, but taking place in the modern day.
I like this idea a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fun to.
You can almost barely see the husband. I mean, it could be.
Yeah.
You understand that she's
Yes.
married, but and maybe the end of a fight, or maybe they're fighting from a different room, and the door slams. She's unhappy in her marriage, and then.
Do we see the ghost? Do we not see the ghost? Does she see the ghost? Do we know that, like, are they full on interacting with each other, or is it like?
I'm thinking we see the ghost, but only from her view. So we know that this is happening, like, or we see parts of like her running after this woman before. I'm thinking she potentially dies by drowning. I don't know if we could stage that in a way that would work.
Oh
but
yeah.
Because I see the last.
Oh
scene.
yeah.
Yeah, I see the last scene as her running after this woman and falling into the lake and drowning. And it's sort of shot that's. Who knows about the Ophelia painting from like the 1800s? Sort of reminiscent of that. Oh, wait, are you?
Who's gonna, the actor gonna be in that muddy gap pond?
Okay.
Alright.
Ophelia because of that kind of inspiration from like old literature and from the painting. So I'm thinking that as a tentative title, and either her or the ghost, that be their name.
It's good, because Jerome was a Swiftie too. So.
Yeah. I see you.
Great. Again, have you written a screenplay before?
I have written a script for stage before, not a screenplay.
Okay,
So I would like.
Here's one of the things that I'm telling you, you haven't been in one of my classes. I'm a stickler for format, so send it to me as soon as you can. And then I will work with you, or Tim will work with you on formatting, so it fits the screenplay format. As soon as it's in, we have days open, we'll lock it in.
Yeah, and I would be interested in potentially acting in this, so I would love it if someone could help assist with the directing.
Assist, or actually someone else handing it off. You can hand it off to someone else who wants to direct.
Yeah, I have never directed before. I have no directing experience. Acting and writing are my things.
Okay, good. I mean, so it is very much okay to write something for yourself to act. I mean, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon did it in Good Will Hunting. You can, in Sylvester Stallone did it for Rocky. You can write for yourself, but you got to not only write the screenplay, but you also then have to find a director for you, which is great. I'm sure there's going to be people in here. There are people in here who would love to direct that. So start writing.
Yes, awesome.
Love it.
Question, can I get a friend from outside of the class who's a good writer to help me
Yes.
as a co-writer?
Yes.
Awesome.
You can get friends outside the class to be actors and whatever.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's not just limited to the class. Anyone else wants to pitch?
I gotta get it out of the way. Hi, camera. Woo! Thank you. So, I threw this idea at Willow last semester, but I didn't finish it, and I haven't really worked on it too much more than just a concept.
Always a great way to start it.
Yeah. No,
Okay,
like
so I
it's
have-
not very fleshed out. But I thought it'd be really funny. I don't know if I want to do the directing part or maybe just the writing. But I vision it's called Gnome Taxidermy.
Yeah.
And Gnome Taxidermy is about this hunter. He hunts like whatever, like creatures of the woods. He has like he's trying to find like elves or like I'm talking about like and then he's trying to his current quarry is a sort of tribe of gnomes. And it's literally just statue gnomes. He thinks that they're these like little dormant creatures that only start running around at night and like unplugging people's like electricity and stuff and like trying to mess with their fuse boxes. But I have this idea, like the first scene starts with just this dude coming into this like either maybe like a trailer that he's been moving around, which I have access to the trailer, but he's been moving around in this trailer every so often. He has 4 cords up trying to like pinpoint different areas where like gnome sightings have been. There's some little bits of literature about duende and the forests and like those YouTube videos with like a strange little creature that runs across the screen, those kind of stuff. And he like goes up to a table and he like swipes all the papers off and all the papers fall to the ground and it just has like a bunch of different graphs and pictures of like gnomes. There's like that one picture, like the dude with his arms out, he has like his legs out too. It's like a gnome instead. But the point is, he's just going. Huh?
Da Vinci's Man?
I think it's that Da Vinci's Man.
Or it's the.
Yeah, the guy's out in the ground. Yeah, the Da Vinci's Man, but it's like a gnome. And I like the idea that he basically is just explaining all this to like his like niece or something. I don't know about a niece. Maybe he's just saying this all to like a camera that's like not even there. So he's just talking to himself. But I like the idea that halfway through, here's like maybe like 3 minutes in, here's like not even 3 minutes. And he starts looking around, and there's just like little crinklings in every little corner, and then he turns around, and there's a gnome on the floor. It's just like your normal garden gnome. It's just staring at him like, and you just look down, he looks horrified, he screams, and then it cuts to the outside of the trailer, And I want like 5 people inside the trailer to start like running from one side of the trailer to another, start shaking it up as if like this huge monster's in there. Then he runs out of the trailer, and then he like scrambles onto the ground. He's like, God, get away from me! And there's like 5 to like 10 gnomes inside at like the door of the trailer, just sort of staring at him. And I want like, he like sort of stares in horror, and he just screams, and then it cuts to like credits or something. But again, this isn't all very fleshed out yet. I'd like to think more on it. I'd like to see if I can write it. I don't know about directing it, but if I end up loving it like a lot, I'm probably gonna want to do directing and writing. But
so again, I think the best thing to do is finish your screenplay, and then essentially you can pitch more specifically to the group, or if you want to direct, then we have an open date. It's just, Tim and I think that's something we can do.
I think it's doable. I think it's fun. A lot of camera tricks, practical stuff, right? You haven't actually seen who are you?
no, they're just gonna like sit there on the floor.
Okay, so then here's the big question. You said you had a trailer, but do you have access to gnomes? Like getting the gnomes, do you know how much a gnome costs?
No.
Okay,
Not know where
that would be
to
something to look into depending on like, okay, can we get like gnomes or? Yeah, how much?
$30.
Yeah, like $30 a gnome.
Or you could do a couple. I will buy things if we can use them again in class, but I'm not buying props if it's not something that can't be used again.
But that's something, if you know someone who has a gnome collection, that would be something to think about. Yeah, Bryce, you have a question?
I just got 3 gnomes at my house.
So hey, we got 3, let's start sourcing the others.
Let's start sourcing.
Everyone pitch in.
I need gnome pitches. I need gnomes. We're casting gnomes right now.
Wait, I might have
Gnomes needed, but
Gnomes.
needed spelled G.
Gnomes.
Everyone pitch in.
That's the sequel.
Yes, that's looking Halloween decoration now.
So Master, the only thing I would think about is, in the beginning, you really have to make this guy a piece of shit.
No, absolutely. Like he's like the Scrooge, like Ebenezer Scrooge of like fairy tales.
So that when the gnomes get him at the end, we are happy.
Yeah.
Like that's the worst.
Like he deserves it. Yeah.
You either make him like, yeah.
Let him be a crotchety old man.
But like most of everyone here is like,
Yeah.
we have a crotchety 20-year-old.
I was worried.
Just work with that.
That's Tim.
Geronimo. Geronimo. How do you feel about being a gnome hunter?
Geronimo.
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 He hates the fact that his name is a pun.
Do you want to be dressed up like a gnome at the end? After credits, there's just like a split 3 seconds of
He's
just
like going crazy, like rocking back and forth.
That's actually
like he's just standing up in like a yard. Yeah.
That's a great movie where at the end it's been a hunter. Like he gets turned into gnome. Like
Yeah, like okay, yeah. So that reminds, like it would be something where he's like standing like incredibly stiff, just like I hate this, and like just like that's it. Or would he just sit there? Like he just stands there, just like he's just sitting.
It could be
That's what I'm
like
saying. Yeah, he'd be like dressed as a gnome.
It could be like a built up thing,
This
like
is
later
just
on, like
not
it's
usually
there's
it's
a
my
toy.
perspective.
Yeah, yeah. It is the wheel, Julia. Man, I just need to buy gnomes now.
Gnome Hunter, what was the name?
It's gnome taxidermy. It's supposed to be an idea where he's trying to like. I forgot to put Spartan, but he's kind of in there. He's supposed to be like he's trying to hunt gnomes, but he'd love to just sell them to someone. So like he taxidermies gnomes as if they're not completely still objects made out of rock. Yeah, like that's the gimmick is, and Baron, I believe you had a jar of tiny itty bitty hearts.
I wish.
That was not you.
It was not me.
That might have been Willow then.
It might
It might have been Willow, but I remember someone coming up to me when I was talking about gnome taxidermy, and they just went, "I have a jar of tiny plastic hearts," and I'm just like,
That's such a good thing to have.
it was like perfect, actually a perfect prop.
Write this.
I will.
I was gonna say, like, you said like you wanted to die, like this at the end, it could be like a built up thing, like his hair gets whiter and whiter, he gets a beard at like some random scene, he has a hat.
I love the idea, but I feel how much is that? How much is it?
It's like $13.
I need to buy that. I love that idea, but I feel like it would be so funny just like to go from scream to like credits, and then immediately right at the end, just a couple seconds of just a dude going like.
And he's just, yeah,
just
that's,
like
that's also a good idea.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah,
I'll start writing it, and I think
and
if
have
I,
it be like a cutoff screen, and then.
yeah, exactly. Just go and then it's like credits. That's Gone hunting. Gone hunting, but there's like another N after it, so it's like Ganon hunting or something. But yeah, if I fell in love with that a bunch, I might end up writing and producing that because that just sounds like a lot of fun. It would probably be somewhere nighttime-esque, probably more duskish, so like a 7. But I don't know how. Maybe like during the daytime we do like all the filming for the inside of the trailer.
So we're gonna talk about time in a minute when it comes to scheduling. Just know that every day gets longer, and especially when we have daylight savings time, that ends. Now suddenly it's going to be, it won't get dark until 6:30 or 7, and then by the end of the semester it'll be closer to 8. And so if you're trying to get night shoots, that means we're maybe going until 1 or 2 or 3 in the morning. So,
I can't imagine those.
okay.
Like I want them to be like nice, loving, friendly ones. Yeah, that's what I feel like in the beginning. I need the ones with like rosy cheeks going. They gotta be the happy ones. Sorry.
Jake was supposed to go next online. Jake, are you
Yeah, I'm ready.
okay?
Should I turn on my video camera or can I leave it off?
Whatever you prefer.
Okay. So I have the pitch idea for this movie. I've developed it over the week. So here's how it goes. AI, it's causing a trend that in the big tech industry that is filled with a lot of controversy. AI making videos, short clips seems harmless, am I right? But what if someone used it to frame someone for murder? How do you figure out the difference between if the murder was real or fake? And given that the victim was the CEO of a big tech company and the murderer was fighting to preserve filmmaking from AI, could this be a major coincidence or a plot to frame the accused murderer?
Love the concept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long do you see it to be?
I'd say 15 to 20 minutes.
So here's one of the things. This is for everybody. When we're assigning a project to you, it's for a day, and it's usually a minute. For every page or script you have, it's a minute of screen time. And most short films that we can do are in the 2 to 7, 8 minutes. I mean, 8 starts to be really long.
Historically, we've filmed like 5 minutes per day.
Yeah, so try not to go over 5 pages because then it starts to be something that we can't do in a day. And right now we've got more pitches than we have openings, so that now it becomes competitive.
So keep that in mind, but this idea, Jake, is good. We want you to write it. But see, maybe we film half of it or we film a scene from the full story. Is that if you want to do something long, maybe we get 1 day in class and then you can film the rest on your own, or we film next semester. You're going to be here next semester and film the second half.
Or
You've
spring
done that.
break or
Yeah, or
something.
spring break or something like that. So, for
So
sure,
I think it would be possible to like film all the major scenes on the 1 day, and then I could do the short scenes on days where the filming is less intense. Like maybe like for some days, like maybe Monday. I'm not sure of Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday filming on off days where we're not shooting.
Okay, hold on, Jake. So, the problem is that if we do it as a class project, we're gonna shoot in 8K on my Red camera. And you can't use that camera on your own, so then you're gonna have to use your phone or a camcorder, and the footage wouldn't match. So, if you want it to be a class project, that's why you're pitching. It's kind of something that we have to shoot all of it together as a class, and we can only guarantee a day. So if you
So I'd be okay with sorry. So I'd be okay with shooting on the camcorder because since the camcorders can record at 4K resolution, then my computer can totally handle 4K resolution, but I'm not entirely sure if my computer can exactly handle 8K resolution from a Red camera. Now I think
so you can, edit with proxies. That's another question. Don't worry about that right now. Write your screenplay.
Yeah.
Just be aware that if you start to exceed too many pages, it seems to be at a scope that we can't handle. It might be something that we say either no to, or we'll only agree for a partial shoot, and we're gonna have to finish the rest later.
That makes sense, yeah, and that goes for everybody here. If it's too many pages and basically 7 should be your maximum, probably, because then you're gonna have to cut down takes and stuff to make your day. So we are limited with how much we can shoot per day. And then we're limited with how many days we have access to the equipment and the studio.
Love the concept though.
Super cool
idea. AI faking a death to frame the CEO is super cool as a concept. So love that.
I also have an interesting idea for like the repercussions for if the hero loses. Like if the hero is put in jail, then and the bad guy who used the AI to frame the murderer, sorry, let me rephrase that. Like if the good guy loses, then there could be repercussions like, hey, the people can use AI to fake other malicious crimes like cybersecurity hacks or bank robberies.
That makes sense. Well, someone used AI to make Grant pants. What happened in that video?
Are you kidding? I don't want to hear about this. Great concept. Write your screenplay. Again, remember it's going to be the first come, first serve.
Get your screenplays into us as soon as possible.
Yeah.
I would use
all right.
Potential directors as soon as possible.
Okay. Thank you.
Jason's pitching.
So I have 4 pages right now. Probably turn it 6 or 9 or something like that. It's going to turn into 80 pages. No, but it's about 2 guys. They started a business and they go bankrupt because they bought too many shirts. They're supposed to be, oh my God, it's so close. They're supposed to do like a restaurant or something like that, but they purchased too many shirts and now they have to get out of that hole and they have to sell the shirts now for a company that's default. And so.
What's on the shirts?
I haven't figured that out.
I thought it was their logo.
Yeah, it could be a logo, yeah.
Too many shirts
Yeah.
for their company.
Yeah. And it turns into a designer brand or something like that. So, yeah.
By the way, you can play with too, man.
Do you still like the idea that there's some guy on the team that every time they get money from the shirts, he's using it to
Yeah,
buy
no,
more
I was
shirts?
thinking they run a subscription plan and then he finds out halfway through.
And they're like, why do we not have any money? And they find out this dude is like buying more shirts. I'm like, dude!
We need more inventory.
Keep selling your work, man.
It'd be funny if like the
shirts had like more of their pictures, like their head. That's the
Yeah.
design.
Yeah.
Is this a comedy?
Yes, it's comedy.
Could be a horror.
The shirts are coming for us.
They become sentient.
Okay, write it.
They just turn into zombies and
Right, yeah.
Jason, if you have a budget for millions of shirts.
Yeah, well, how are you gonna get all this?
Oh, no, it's just gonna be boxes. It's gonna be like white boxes or
Maybe
something.
like 1 or 2 shirts.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
you're
yeah,
wearing.
yeah.
You definitely have to make it stick.
Yeah. And so they somehow get out, like the guy that's completely incompetent ends up able to market getting a huge line and selling all the shirts.
And he gets rich and
Yeah.
gets you guys down there. Yeah, cool. I mean, that makes sense as far as the joke goes. But then you have to like Photoshop it, just like, sure.
That's true.
That's really fun.
Do it like with like celebrities with suits on, so you put the shirt over the suits.
Yeah, no, that would be actually thinking about like doing something like say not Forrest Gump of like him doing the deep fakes, but doing putting the shirts on it.
Could you like could you do that where you put the shirt on like the runway so you can use like runway footage and then like it's high fashion, right? Like it's Milan. Could you do that?
I mean, that's doable, yeah. I would look into it.
Okay, finish.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah. I know, that's,
I told
so
him to
if,
make the last.
yeah, one of the last weeks, please.
What's this called? Shirts?
Yeah, you can put shirts.
Too many shirts. But it's two.
Two's too many.
Did you read this trip?
I haven't yet.
What?
I haven't read it. I have that t-shirt too.
Is there anyone else who wants to pitch?
So I've had this idea for a while. I haven't worked on the screenplay yet, but I'm going to. And I've written basically my idea is it's about a trans person and they just come out, and the movie, the film that I'm trying to depict sort of like kind of like a metaphor. It became like basically the trans person comes out and their cisgender peers are sort of holding like a funeral for them, and it's kind of like you can tell that they're mourning by like clothing. Maybe we can make it black and white, and the trans person kind of comes to like their own funeral, and like it's like their at first maybe like they're wearing like a dress or a suit to like kind of like fit into like to kind of like appeal to them a bit more. And, like the first scene, and they're trying to like comfort them and be like, hey, I'm still here. I'm kind of thinking of making it dialogueless, because that's like pretty much like what I thought of it like for most of planning and stuff. Yeah, I'm thinking of having it dialogueless, and you can kind of tell they're like trying to comfort them by like maybe like mouth like words and stuff, or like they put their hands
Or maybe
on
at least some scenes are just dialogue-less, and then
yeah, maybe.
if there's some kind of resolution.
Yeah,
we
maybe
can
like that
understand.
dialogue at the end to make
Yeah,
it
how's it end?
The plan is to like start with like the costume. Like I want the emotions of the characters to reflect through their costumes, or like the way that they express themselves, like their identities too. Like especially for the trans person, like they wear more like gender affirming clothing, or like gender affirming clothing, or like casual clothing later on, so like to show that they feel like more comfortable, more free in their identity and unapologetic about their identity. And like later on, like I'm planning on having 3 actors as like the cisgender peers, so like maybe like a mom, a friend, and gay cousin. Yeah, I'm thinking like it starts with like they're appealing to them, but they start wearing like more gender affirming clothing, and you can see like they're like more and more like of their peers start like breathing privately through their clothing.
One of the things I think you should think about is how to tell the story.
Yeah.
Maybe in one scene or one location.
Yeah, I'm still figuring out the location. That's why I wanted to like. I've already put it on the Discord server, but I thought like tell it to you guys in case like you guys have any suggestions on where we could film it because I'm still figuring that out.
Yes, I mean, so
Maybe if it's family, like the entire thing could take place inside one house.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe it could be like taking place in like a living room. Like the first like idea that I had for production is like having it like take place in like a church or like funeral like sort of setting. But also I was thinking
We
that
could
might
do
be-
it outside the church.
Yeah, maybe we could do that.
Because there's the church on campus.
Yeah.
There's the outside of.
and that's a
It's kind of
old,
It kind of looks
like it was built in the 1700s.
Yeah, it could like reflect like their like outdated mindset. Like having like more like traditional kind of funeral sort of.
We got in trouble just trying to shoot beside the church, so.
Yeah, we could
if
do
it
it
doesn't-
inside. We could. I was thinking like I was kind of thinking of it being inside. Fine.
Yeah, so, I mean, we could
Just
use
have,
my
like,
living
photos
room.
or something.
Yeah, Grant's house or something.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I think we just need to think the beginning, middle, and end of the story, and the dialogue list is great. I mean, it can all be, the images can all be the metaphor, right? So is it like, my understanding is like the family talking to the trans person, then there's the funeral, and then what happens at the end? What's the final scene?
At the end, like maybe there's only one person left, maybe like the family member. They're taking a longer time to accept or like grieve more privately. They're still like very open about like I miss how like you used to be, and the trans character is all like, hey, I'm still the same person. I'm still here. Everyone changes. This is how I want to change. And I really want you to be a part of my life, sort of thing. Like puts their hand on their shoulder and like maybe like they walk out and like the family member like looks down and then it cuts to black to sort of like leave it up to interpretation on how they like recover from that.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I have a story that I want to tell you, not now, but later.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Title I have right now is My Transition, Your Boss.
What was my transition, your loss?
Do you want to?
Hi, what's up? Let me get down low here. Hold on. There we go. Oh, we're almost there. Hi. I know, I'm just gonna stand up.
That's gonna be the worst.
Nah, I'm all good. We're good. Oh, wait, we're almost there. Hey, everybody. So I'm glad that we had a total shift there from all these fun movies because the one that I was going to shoot is a very serious subject. Tim knows about it already. Grant does as well. We all know PTSD is in a lot of our lives, no matter what it's about. The one I have had an affinity of shooting for a while now is about military-born PTSD. Not a lot of people really understand that, especially the general populace. It's not ever really covered in media, movies of the latter. Last movie I've seen that covered a thing like that was from like 2015, 2016. What I want to shoot is what it's like to come back from a deployment after losing somebody. We've all lost people before, but when it's abrupt and you see it happen in front of you, it's a different feeling. I'm going to be framing it in a very sensitive way where the Veterans Office wants to use it as a call to action piece for veterans that don't feel comfortable about coming out with these things. Tim and I have also expressed interest about giving it to the school as well.
as the nature of it is very serious, it's still up for if it's going to be greenlit or not, but it's going to be implied and be showed later on in the film that one of my best friends dies on deployment, and it's going to be shown as a homecoming thing where he's following around the main actor, not as a ghost because that's not sensitive, but as a vision that his friend carries with him. From meeting his wife at the airport to meeting to seeing his friends, there's just going to be moments where he or whoever it is kind of just zones out and he's in the room with him, and it's just a very flat and narrow thing. Like there's a scene that I want to shoot that's at a restaurant of some sort where he's sitting and having breakfast by himself. He's sitting across the booth from his friend, still in full kit because that's the last time we saw him. And then when a waiter comes over and asks, "Hey, do you want anything?" He's gone, and it jumps him back into reality. It's logistically very easy. We have a cafeteria here that I've seen in the last showcase that we could use as a diner. The only scene that would matter is the dream sequence scene where he goes into an episode and he sees his friend pass in front of him. The whole thing is going to be framed about it was his act, it was his fault. His friend died because they did a thing the night before saying, "All right, let's swap positions in the patrol route," and his friend steps on the line instead of him. And in the nature of combat, you are supposed to drop down immediately. You're not supposed to run up to the person that takes it. So he just gets to watch his friend pass while they figure out where they are and that sort of thing. And that's not going to be known until the end of the piece because I don't want it to be known until the end. I want it to end in a very not open-ended way, but in a way that is a call to action to other people to speak out not only of their military trauma, but as trauma in general. Where nobody originally understands why he's kind of zoning out and acting weird. But by the end, people are told around him that, of the reality of what happened, and it stops a suicide attempt where, they pick him up and they try to, they say, "Look, let's get you somehow." I understand now. I think it's a very honorable piece to do with the nature of, I am in the military. So I think it's something not a lot of people at all know what it's like. Also because I am actually deploying in October. So I want to have this as like a piece because I'm not going to be able to come back to YAV here for 2 whole semesters. So I want to leave this here as like a thing that the office can use here, that you guys can use here as a way of just bringing people together. Because especially nowadays, as we get more and more interconnected via social media, the more we lose actual connection with each other. So kind of a little bit of overall what I was thinking. I have a shot list of every shot I want to do. I don't want to direct it. I would like to see somebody else do it. I would like to act in it. I don't know if I want to be the main position because that's feels self-centered of me, doing something like that. But I, as the nature of Army, have all of the uniforms and kit, and I have a few friends outside of which who would want to also take part in this, possibly as a friend if nobody wants to be a dead guy. But yeah, I think. Sorry for the tone shit.
Oh, no.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Bro, we're good.
But yeah, no, it's I just think it would be a good thing for everybody involved.
So I like this a lot, Jared, we talked about it before.
Mhm.
My big concern is, you talked a lot of scope, right? Like, it seems like what you pitched us could be 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Story. So how do we make that, how do we make that a 5-minute piece?
What I'm
Capture
considering
it.
is doing, like, we can't get an airport terminal, of course, because of nature of recording.
Sure.
But the front of the hospital kind of can look like a terminal. So it could be like coming outside, having a scene with his wife, and his wife or her wife is like, I understand you tried to do everything, but you didn't do anything, all sort of thing. Next scene would be him alone at a diner, lives across, and then back at home with his wife and possibly kids. And them not getting why he's acting the way he is, just zoned out, completely changed. Why did you do this? Sort of thing. And then that fight ends up in a bedroom where he locks himself inside and goes to sleep, but has this traumatic episode, wakes up and gets into that dark space where you're thinking about doing bad things to yourself. And then the door gets not kicked down, but like forced open by friends that he came back with and his wife. Kind of not as a heartfelt thing, but it's like we are here for you. I understand now. And I feel like you should know, sort of thing.
Everything you just said seemed to make it longer to me.
Really?
Okay.
That was more of like the main thing is like the tone. There should be
The
a lot
tone
of
is
silence.
amazing, the concept is amazing, your pitch is great.
Let's write it and see how long it is.
Okay.
I think that we should talk about how it is, because it does feel.
It feels long.
Very ambitious. No, it's very ambitious, but to shoot it in this class, I mean, to do the mind scene alone is.
I almost feel like you do the death scene of the friend, the fellow soldier. You do that in a kind of a simple way to show that, I mean, if nothing else, you hear an explosion, he runs up and he's beside his lost comrade. And then it's one scene. It's at the dinner table and there's a couple of flashes of things, but it's, you know, if you start to do too many things, you can't do any of them really well in your short amount of time.
Correct.
So I love the concept. We just have to think about how can we make this a 5-minute movie?
I got you.
And how can we shoot this in a day or two max if we were to do pickups on during spring break or something? How can we make this all happen?
And a good thing for all the pitches is like, reduce your locations. Is like, does it have to be a diner, or could it be him at dinner at his house where we're shooting at a house all day?
Then we can shoot in my dining room
That's
and have.
that's a way that like, we think of it in our head like, oh, it'd be cool to go to a diner, but in filmmaking, we have to pack everything up, we have to move everyone there. That takes 2 hours, and we lose 2 hours a day just because we're going for one scene here and one scene there. So let's write it and then we'll talk about it. I think it's gonna be doable. We just have to go from here to here.
No, I get you.
Yeah.
That's like the whole reason I'm like pitching this is like a possibility too, is because as you know, I'm gone for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
With a train up in March.
Yeah.
So I wanna like just put it out there.
So when is it that you're hoping to film?
Say again? Oh, it'd be probably after that period, I'd say April.
Okay.
Be around in the
So, you know, we have spring break, we have April 17th. We could even do April 24th and do the 4-hour film project at another time.
We can shift it.
Let me think on how I can make it shorter or at least more concise.
And the other thing too is write and then have us help you revise.
Okay.
Sure, write it and then we'll help producer tell you like, hey, these 2 scenes could be one scene.
I got you. Okay. Yeah, sounds good. So.
Yeah.
wants to pitch today? That, did you want to pitch today?
No.
Okay.
No, let's do it. God, no, please.
Yeah, you want, so you want to pitch?
Oh, want to go first?
Tony.
Take a chair. Okay, take a chair.
We should try to pitch a chair.
Huge chair.
Okay. So I've had this idea for a while. I wrote it maybe like a few months back, and I kind of just wrote it for fun. And I had a feeling I just make this for fun with like a few friends on like outside of school. But I read it like a few days ago. I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I wasn't planning on directing anything this semester, but I looked at it like, this seems fun. I'll do it. So what it is, it's three kids in a class, and they're just I don't know, goofing around or whatever. One of them brings up like, hey, you hear about the prank I pulled on Mitch Shaves the other day? Like, no, what'd you do? It's like, I don't remember what she was. I don't remember what I wrote specifically, but it's like, she was like talking about like her nice ass Lexus or whatever. So I keyed a bunch of dicks in her car and then like slashed her tires. And they're like, whoa, dude, whoa. And they're like, and the other guy's like, oh, that's nothing. And then they're like, exchange all the like pranks that they do. But the thing is, they're like menaces to society. They're like full on criminals. The things that they do, they're not pranks. They're like full on crimes, like felonies. So once they're like all hyping each other up, some other guy walks in. He's kind of like one like the shy reserved guy. Like, oh, what's up, man? He's like, what are you guys talking about? I was like, oh, we're talking about the pranks we pull on like all the whole school, everyone. Oh, what do you do, man? He's like, and the guy's like, I pulled Billy Johnson's pants down in PE, and they all look at him like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? That's assault. So they're all acting like he's the one in the wrong, and they're like, they're better than him. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? You know how embarrassing that is for him? They're like, what the hell are you guys talking about? And then one of them's like, all right, I'm gonna give you one more chance to redeem yourself. And the other guy's like, oh, I was gonna pull the fire alarm earlier. One of the guys like, what the fuck? He's like hella pissed. And it's like, do you know how much money that costs the school, you prick? Get out! Get the hell out of here! So he like gets out. It's like a couple of silence when they're all pissed, and like at the end, it's like, you guys just want to go like throw bowling balls on the interstate, and they're like, and then they leave. That's it. My question is, you said kids. It sounds like a high school kids. About? Or are they college students? I didn't really specify an age. In my head, I was kind of envisioning like people around this age wearing like Fortnite shirts and it's college age people age down. Yes. High school. But you can still tell they're like. So we could film it here to seem like a high school class as well, right? Yeah. We could do a classroom or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Tony, the fire alarm.
Yeah.
I put the fire alarm at the old person's office. That was my favorite line in that film. That was like, in my opinion, that was the best scene in the movie.
It is a prequel. It's a prequel.
It's a prequel to the Happy Living.
It's called Silly Pranks. It's like funny games. It's like
funny games is a great title.
Name it Silly
Shits and giggles.
Silly
I really like it.
Funny pranks.
Funny pranks. I face it.
Look out, smoke it.
Oh, God.
All right.
Hello.
Wait. What's in the background? Watch that.
Whoa! Six tricks.
Dude! Whoa!
It's Dom's gone.
Oh,
insane.
Oh my god!
With your teachers and they weren't there.
She's gone!
Someone did that in Dr.
Really?
Alright,
I look pretty much here.
alright. Realtors, landlords, somewhere in between and ambiguously owning real estate. They love houses. But think about this. 3 realtors. They manage houses, right? Buy a new house, all right? They gotta go and inspect it first. But when they go in there, they hear things that go bump, that meow, that leave hairballs everywhere. Obviously, that house has to be infested with snakes, right? What snakes do, all right? They gotta run everywhere. They need to find the snakes. Obviously, there has to be snakes, all right? You gotta get a little slapstick. They see cats, but you know, that's besides the point. They need to find the snakes. All right? So desperate to find the snakes that they may even wreck your precious new house.
Wait, what if the way that they find the cats is like, it's like, oh.
Okay, so.
I read it, I don't care.
Couple of questions. Logistics. A, do we see snakes ever?
No, there are no snakes, but they think they're snakes because, well, you know, snakes obviously aren't that different from a cat that lives there.
So it's a cat. So it's a
Yes.
cat. Okay.
Right.
So we need an actual cat.
Yes.
Okay.
After the credits, the cats.
I know what.
I know that.
John knows that. What, okay, how do we wreck the house? What is wrecking the house? Our idea.
Not.
Are we talking about like Eric Andre show where he wrecks the set?
Yes, not actual like demolition, but more so like think someone frantically trying to find stuff, and when they like throw piles of paper around and stuff, places that obviously can't hold snakes, but they think it's there.
Okay. So we're not smashing the wall with a sledgehammer?
No.
Okay. Maybe getting some props that we could smash. Yeah.
I don't understand how they would, why they would think snakes, unless they see a snake. The snake skin, I mean, if there was a snake skin, so you know how they, when they,
They see
Yeah,
they see a cat's tail.
Hey, are you coming tomorrow?
the cat's tail
5
is
p.m.
furry.
tomorrow?
I'll see if I can.
If you can.
I'll be here in person on
We'll
Monday.
talk about it.
I mean,
Also, I have a friend who has a pet
so I'm trying to think of how they get to snakes. What is it how do they make that jump?
Just insane to start with, or, yeah, like, what is it, I mean, it's full of comedy with it, right? Sometimes, like, some common characters just act insane because it's insane, right?
Like, is it just straight up like a bunch of?
But is there
clues
something that inspires it for snakes? Like, do they see snakes in like a piece of rope or a cable or the cat's tail or like things that look like snakes?
So like I mentioned those things, and those are signs of like having like a stray cat in there, but they confuse them for snakes, right? Like starting calm, but getting more and more out there.
What about something like, you said it was 3 real estate agents, right? So what if there was, somebody says, oh, you gotta watch out, this, you know, when you go to that house, it's snake country. So, in other words, so now they have
snakes on the mind, and now when
Snakes
they
on the
see,
mind.
when they
Snakes on the
see
mind.
a cat's tail move real quickly and out, or they see a rope or whatever, they are.
Cat's toilet rattles.
Yeah.
Maybe you could also have like a cat viper. Like, oh my god, a snake
There's
viper.
pit vipers
You
in
have
it.
to find the snake.
What's it called?
Cat snake.
Cat snake? Okay, that's a 10 every time.
You could have like a cat plushie or something like if it's like the
I feel like there has to be some expression that involves like there's cats and snakes that is used to refer to crazy people.
I think dropping the theatrics, that's the idea, is like they're there because that's their house that they want to like sell or rent out. And it's like got like, you know, stray cats like maybe left behind from an old owner, doesn't really matter. But
Could almost be something like too, is they get home, why is the back door left open? So now there could be anything in the house.
It's a snake!
Yeah.
There's a snake!
And then if the snakes are on their mind, and then as they go, they get more and more paranoid and jumpy, and that's when by the end they're smashing things. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I had the idea of realtors or like, you know, property managers specifically because it's kind of an air of professionalism. They're there on the job,
They could be
but
in
they're not.
suits and
Yeah.
the dress.
Yeah.
Tony has a script.
Tony just sent me a script.
Tony's a script?
Yes,
So
I'm
it's a script,
yeah.
yeah.
This is a Boston.
So he's gonna get a slot.
Okay, write it out. Write it out.
Did you just write it right now? No, I wrote that like months ago.
I was about to say like snakes in a hot tin roof. All right,
You show it red?
Yes.
By the way, you don't have to pitch, it's not over today, because we don't have, I mean.
Anything's locked unless,
Tony,
we won't
because-
give you a slot unless you write the script.
Yeah, so if you come up with an idea or you're not ready to pitch yet, we'll have another pitch session. But if you have more, an idea and you haven't shared it, also be sure to tell us if you want to, because there were at least a couple people who said they might want to write it, but not direct. If you want to direct, let us know. If you want to write but not direct something, let us know, because that's a possibility as well. And then we want to know everyone who's interested in acting, because if we can act or cast within the class, that's best. Yeah, unless there's anyone else who wants to pitch, I think we're done. Hey, appreciate it for joining us,
Wait, before we end, Friday at 5 p.m., tomorrow at 5 p.m., we're watching the 72-hour film competition videos at SS214. So you're all gonna be here for the class. Stick around and watch some awesome videos and find out who wins $1,500 and second and third place.
And the trailer. It's still rough, but it's almost done.
Trailer what?
oh, you wanna share it?
Yeah.
What do you think of
Well,
trailer?
I'm gonna say goodbye to this Zoom.
Oh, okay. I was like, it's kind of late for a trailer.
Jake and Mandy, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night, and